Yo, welcome back people, it's creamslice. I hope you guys are good. Today I am going to be showcasing one of the most versatile solar hunter builds in Destiny 2, built for endgame content such as Grandmasters and master level content. This solar hunter build allows you to build your hunter with your favorite solar weapons this season, giving you an unlimited 50% damage buff that is right, whilst having restoration and having enough in the tank for some heavy boss DPS, and being able to single-handedly destroy champions, and loads of gunpowder gambles to keep debuffing, throwing, exploding, igniting, all of that good stuff. We have all the benefits from the artifact, including solo operative for solo play. We have all the buffs from radiant all the way down to scorching everything with any solar weapon that you choose. Prime examples this season that have been taking the Destiny 2 community by storm would be Sunshot, even the Vex, Mythoclast. We've got the new Dragon's Breath, and one of my personal favorites, Tiku's Divination. Combining all of this together makes one of the most perfect builds I have used this season. So the build is solely gonna revolve around the Hunter exotic Foetracer. This had a really sweet buff last season. It's now a 2-in-1 exotic. Number one, it's going to give you a 25% damage buff when you use any of your abilities that match your subclass. And number two, you create elemental pickups that match your subclass on highlighted kills. With us running a solar subclass, these elemental pickups turn into fire sprites. As we know, there's a host of things we can do with fire sprites, and it will give us ability energy back in return. So the way we are going to focus our build around is with these fire sprout is restoration, and we're going to be building into some surge mods when we don't have the Foetracer buff active. One amazing thing to know also is that radiant effects and the Foetracer buffs, they stack together. So when I mentioned a 50% damage buff, you put both these together and voila. So for the super on the solar subclass, it's going to be your preference totally. When it comes to the dodge, we are using Gambler's Dodge, so we can get a full melee recharge when we dodge near enemies. We're going to be using the ability Knife Trick also to throw fan of 3 knives, making us radiant in the process and scorching enemies, plus rocking the Foetracer buff. When it comes to grenade choice, I like Incendiary Grenade for maximizing our scorch effects, and also in turn it does huge damage. This season with the solar subclass, we have a host of amazing artifact perks that boost the solar subclass. If you are running this build, you definitely want to have Revitalizing Blast equipped. This will weaken champions with any solar ability damage. So for the aspects, I was running Gunpowder Gamble for high explosion damage, plus this little makeshift dynamite stick is gonna scorch enemies. And when it comes to the other aspect, I use On Your Mark to give us an extra fragment slot. If you want to enhance your super, you can use Knock 'em Down instead. So now we have 5 fragment slots to build into. Number one definitely has to be Ember of Mercy. Picking up a fire sprite grants restoration to us and when we revive teammates. Next on the list, we have Ember of Singeing. When we apply Scorch, we get a massive 300% additional base class ability regen. We're taking Ember of Torches. This is going to give us that 25% damage buff when we hit an enemy with our throwing knife. We're taking Ember of Char. We can now spread Scorch with ignitions, and you want to be pairing Ember of Char with Ember of Ashes, increasing the number of scorch stacks by a massive 50%. So definitely feels free to switch up the fragments to your personal playstyle. The only fragment I would not touch has to be Ember Mercy, because with the Foetracer creating 5 sprites, you pick that up, it's restoration. My preferred exotic from the gameplay, as you can see, has to be the Polaris Lance, aka the God, this season, as it's great for barried champions because we can spam Radiant with critical hits. We're getting massive solar explosions that feed into gunpowder gamble as well, giving us tons to throw around. We can stun unstoppable champions with ignitions because we're going to be applying scorch when we are radiant thanks to the artifact. So with this weapon covering 2 champions, you throw on a decent solar rocket launcher, you can now cover overload champions as well. The armor mod situation looks like this. On the Foetracer we have solar and stasis siphon to create orbs of power, plus we have 1 hands-on mod for super energy on melee kills. On the arms we are taking focusing strike for class ability energy on melee attacks. We have impact induction and momentum transfer feeding into both our melee and grenades. On the chest piece we're taking damage resist mods for the activity burn. On the boots we have 2 solar surge mods for a 17% damage boost when Foetracer isn't active, and then we have 1 elemental charge. When we pick up that fire sprite, it's a 3-in-1. It gives us armor charges, gives us restoration, and gives us ability energy. And then finally on the cloak we have 1 bomber mod, 1 outreach mod, and 1 distribution. All of this while dodging, feeding into our ability loop. Hopefully it gives you a full insight on how well this build will perform for you. Not only that, it does me a bit of justice. So again, thanks for watching. I hope you like it. Don't forget to drop a like and a comment. I'm creamslice. Peace.